way to just simply do this, Tina. I call this the contained enthusiasm. If you look back in one of my videos, I interviewed Dr. Eddie Connor, who is a New York Times best-selling author. He's done a lot of standard media, so television shows, radio shows. He told me that I was the first one that was a YouTuber, and at the time I had maybe 100 subscribers, so I didn't have a lot with me, but I initially sent him an email saying, hey, I'd really love to interview you, this and that. He got on a phone call with me just to have a conversation. Okay, and this was a video call. And I was trying to do the adult, hey, look, so here's my target audience, and here's this and this, as if I have so many subscribers, as if I have so much to give him. And I could tell just based on his facial expression that he was just not, he didn't care, right? He was just like, why am I on the phone call with her? And I could just see it in his face. And then I realized in my head, I am being way too Spock right now. The way to win this guy over, to invest in me, because really this was an investment time in me, not only on this call, but on the future potential call of interviewing him. So how did I do that? I brought my enthusiasm. So I switched from adult Spock to leaning towards the enthusiastic child. An enthusiastic child was just being authentic. Essentially what I said is, okay, look, Eddie, I just was loving the last book that I listened to. I listened to it in my earbuds, so I actually accidentally fell asleep to it. And it was great because you have so much positive things to say that it went into my subconscious, and I swear it went into my dreams. And I absorbed it in a way that I couldn't have otherwise. And because it was your voice and because of the way you speak in that audiobook, it just brought me back to life when I woke up, and I just felt so much better, and it was just so amazing, so stellar. Of course, I had to go back on the book and see what you actually said, but the point is, it just rejuvenated me, and I just can't thank you enough for putting that in my life. You have no idea how you affected my life in that way. And at that time, I was really down. I wasn't feeling so great, but those words just were, it was just so strong. It was so strong and so great. So yeah, before we hang up and all of that, I just really wanted to thank you. You might have noticed though that in that story, I was speaking of the person I'm talking to. I'm being enthusiastic about the person. So you'll see this in the video of the 5 charismatic habits, as well as what I just said right now, is that I am being super enthusiastic about the person I am talking to. So whether it be finding just that little minute, I love your freaking bracelet, I love your shoes, they're so stellar, whether it's something physical like that, or they have a certain accent. Oh my gosh, I love your accent. Where is that from? You're just being enthusiastic about the origin of that accent, or just pointing something out. Maybe one word that they said that interested in you, and a subject matter that they said, and being really authentically enthusiastic about what they're saying. Don't be fake about it. This is why I say contain enthusiasm. You have to be truly enthusiastic, like a child. And the thing about that is it's hard for a lot of us once we're adults, especially if we've been in a corporate environment, because that's been sucked out of us. Because to be childlike, to be overly enthusiastic has repercussions in the corporate world, let's say. But this is the reason why you have to train yourself back into that enthusiasm. Whether it's practicing by talking to your friends in an enthusiastic manner, or talking on camera and doing self-tape work, which I highly recommend, and link below of a camera setup if you want to do YouTube or something like that. But really practicing enthusiasm, practicing really going deep dive into positivity, loving something specific because you're so curious like a child. That is an art form that we naturally used to have. And it's something that we just have to rediscover if it's something you've suppressed over the years because society says you need to suppress it. But it's something that you can train back up again, because I promise you, this is what will make people invest back into you, especially if you're new in the industry, especially if you're the one who's asking for something, you're asking for connections, you're asking for assets, you're the one asking for some sort of value and you have no value to give. Let's say you don't have the means, right? You don't have the money right now, or you don't have any knowledge to give them. If that's the case, you have to be the person to make them. You have to make them invest in you. And so if you can curate the art of charisma, or in this case contained enthusiasm, and do a video and send it to that person. Hey, I really love that on your LinkedIn you said this, and it reminded me of the time that I X, Y, and Z. That is what people are gonna just be attracted to naturally, and they're gonna want to invest their time into you. And of course, there's a degree to that. It doesn't mean all of a sudden they're gonna invest the rest of their life to you. It's just like dating. There's increments, there's levels, but that is the foot in the door. And without getting your foot in the door initially, you can't build on top of that. So if you are new to an industry, or if you are new to a certain social circle, I highly recommend that you master contained enthusiasm. And check out that video of the 5 habits, because you'll see that the judges are invested in Katie well before she even opens her mouth to sing, right? And so there is an art form to this. And then also check out my whole playlist of charisma. And I really encourage you to get on camera. If you're going to start a YouTube video, don't tell your friends if you're just vlogging, right? If you want to make sure, you have something blocking you, don't even do that. Vlog for yourself. Don't post it anywhere. And see how that enthusiasm slowly starts to come out. And you can start by talking about something you actually already are enthusiastic about and that you're passionate about. And then pick something mundane. Like, this is a good example. Like my beautiful plant. If you told me to be enthusiastic about this plant, trust me, if you see my Instagram, you probably already know, trust me, you can be extremely enthusiastic about this plant. I would, number one, practice on something that you're already enthusiastic about and just riff off by yourself. You're in quarantine probably right now, and just practice being overtly enthusiastic and pick one thing that's mundane and try to be overly enthusiastic. You'll feel silly, you'll feel weird, but be like a child. When a child does an assignment like this, they don't care about how they're seen, they don't care about how people look at them, they're just in it, right? Because Molly, my beautiful plant here, is my Wilson for quarantine. And Molly, she is a goldfish plant, Christmas holly, and she is the best thing ever. Me and Molly, we like to chill, and so just talk about anything. Look, I hope your quarantine is going well. You might as well brush up on your enthusiastic skill, especially during this time, because there's just so much negativity and pessimism out there. Let's be enthusiastic and let's get people invested back into us, just as we are invested back into the people around us. All right, have a good day and stay safe.